Hello everyone, Jack again, TaylorMade Fly Fish. Just out on the river, playing about with a few lines and rods today. I've got a 7.5 foot 3-weight, which I've designed for TaylorMade, and the Finesse line in a 3-weight. 37 foot head length, so there's quite a lot of line to carry for a short rod. But I'm going to show you why I've gone for a full action blank. Took a step back to more the old style rods which have sole and feel. Here I've got 4 foot of line at the tip of the rod, but I can cast, turn the line over, turn the leader over, turn the fly over, and all the rod manufacturers have gone down the road of fast action rods, so your short casts are out the window. They're just not very good, they're not very efficient. But yeah, there's a bad upstream wind, but as you can see, I can cast and turn over 3-4 foot of line into it, no problem. But I'm not having to put loads of line speed into it because the rod's too stiff. It's just really relaxed fishing. But then I can slip a bit more line into it. Keep pulling it off. Nice tight loops. Delivering perfectly, even into an upstream wind. But then you can carry on, carrying more line. Nice tight loops. Perfect presentation every time. You're not limited with a true full action blank. You've got a wider window in the amount of line you can carry and cast. But all you're doing is adding line into the cast, which in turn just engages more of the rod. So you can pick up more line and just lay it down much cleaner, but lands like a feather. As well, if the rod blank and the line work together, you're not limited in what you can do. You can spey cast, overhead cast, even snake roll cast, and you've got no issues. And it's only a 7.5 foot 3-weight. All the other rods, this length and weight, have not been capable of doing all this. But yeah, it's the ultimate in control and presentation. So you can spey cast, you can fish short, medium, long range, even into a wind. You don't need a big fast action rod to cast into a wind. What you need is a rod that loads deep and transfers the energy smoothly, pushing it into the wind, not forcing it into the wind. I've designed all my rods and lines to have the feeling that they want to cast and not forced to cast. So you can just fish away, dry fly fishing, spiders, nymphs, short range. Perfect presentation on a very, very short line, even in the wind. But then you can slip line into it, even into the wind, and it's just as efficient. But then if you want to go a step further than that, have the colour change, tip of the rod, 37 foot head, you can get distance. That's probably a 50 foot cast on a 7.5 foot really fine fishing fly rod, 3-weight. So yeah, they do it all, but what you've got with the rods I design is sole and feel. To control a line, you need to be able to feel a line. And if you've got a fast action rod, you can't feel anything. Especially at short range, the rod won't even bend. As you can see, that is very efficient with 8 foot of line out the tip of the rod. But then you can just add more line, which engages more of the rod blank to make much longer casts. But it still presents like a ultralight setup. But yeah, just a little insight on my ideas and how I like to get things to work. Because what has definitely been lost in fly fishing is actual fishing casts at short range. because you'll see in my other videos, I only cast as far as I need to cast. If I can get away with getting close to the fish and using a short amount of line, I will do. It's more technical, control fishing. But I don't want to be limited to that. So yeah, back to what I said. Slip more line into it, colour change at the tip of the rod, make the cast. It really does do it all. Something that's been lost in fishing. About 8 years ago, I gave into the hype on one of the Sage fly rods with the latest Rio line at the time. And it cost me a lot of money, which was an awful lot of money to me at the time. I went out fishing, set it all up. First couple of casts, I was thinking, this is horrible. The line was very tip heavy, so at short range it would load the rod, but the rod was also too stiff. But then as you slip more line into it, everything just went out of control. There was no presentation, no accuracy, and I was about £700–800 out of pocket. And then I obviously started learning about tapers and blanks, and here we are today. You can fish short, present very nice tight loops, but then you're not limited. You can just engage more of the rod, which normally with a 7.5 foot rod they are not that capable. But it took a lot of designing, a lot of time, a lot of money, and finally I've got there. But yeah, if it all works together, you will not be limited on what you can do. Well, thanks for watching everyone. Look after yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.